Here's another question I want to ask. We went to Germany. Me and you and all the rest of the crew. And flying over, I went to sleep. Something happened in that. We was in first class. I woke up and that first class section was trashed. Trashed. I looked up and there was actually a knife
stuck in the wall.
Somebody had thrown a knife and it had stuck in the wall.
Yep.
And they were very, very upset with us.
They were furious.
Didn't we land in Munich?
I think that's right. Yeah.
And guess what, James? The whole crew got kicked off the flight.
It was unreal.
You're going to have to find another way. We were going to another town. And they had to get us new tickets and everything. Wasn't that when Razor Ramon had some of his hair cut off? Was that it?
I don't remember if they did or not. I was there when Razor. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. But it was one of the craziest flights. I mean, people talk about that plane ride from hell, which I was on too. There was a lot worse than the plane ride from hell. Plane ride from hell just got reported. That was insane. That whole business class section was trashed. Absolutely trashed. A knife was stuck into the wall. It was crazy.
There was all kind of food on the wall, everything.
Yeah.
And I says, what the hell happened? Were you awake when it went on, John, or no?
Some of it, yeah. A food fight started, some wrestling started, and this was a commercial flight too. This was not a charter flight. Yeah, a food fight started. So that's where all the food got done. And I'm brand new to the company. I don't want to be involved in any of it. And but I saw the majority of it. I pretended to be asleep, but I was not.
You were on the plane ride from hell.
Yeah.
How do you remember it? How do you remember it? Or did you go to sleep and pass out?
No, I didn't pass out. I saw nearly the whole thing. It was. I thought they made it out to be a little worse. It wasn't. I didn't see any of the stuff. The allegations with Ric Flair and the flight. I didn't see any of that. So I have no firsthand knowledge of any of it. But the other stuff I saw, and it was. Brock and Kurt were wrestling in the aisle of the plane. They weren't fighting. It was what happened was Kurt put some shaving cream on Brock's head. You know how guys used to do. So when you wake up, first thing you do is kind of brush your hair, and Kurt had shaving cream in his hair. So Brock didn't sell it. So Brock goes to the restroom, gets the shaving cream out of his head, and comes back, sits down. Well, him and Kurt start, Kurt kept poking the bear. Finally, Brock gets up and stretches him. And so finally Kurt goes, all right. I'm the second toughest guy in the WWE. And so Brock starts to let go of him, and Kurt had boots on, and Brock was barefoot, and Kurt stopped Brock's foot with his heel. And when he did, Brock goes into Suplex City in the plane. Woo! Throws him over. But they were never. I never thought at one time that they were going to go through the fire door, the emergency door, anything like that. I don't remember. I was there. I was standing right by watching it. I don't remember anybody thinking that they were going through the door. Now, somebody may have thought that. I don't know what what's in people's minds, but
don't you wish we had cameras on the phones then?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
We got that. That would have been great. Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me tell you one story that wasn't on the plane ride from hell documentary, which I thought was just as funny as anything. So I had juiced when I was over in England, and I believe it was Kurt Hennig went by, and I was buckling my seatbelt, and he goes, "Hey, you got a pretty good gig mark," and he punches me right in the head, as the guys used to do, So I'm in a suit. So, I had a couple drinks, blood's thin. I bleed all over my suit and everything. I'm covered in blood. I look like I've been in freaking like a Halloween massacre or something. So anyway, this adds to the effect of later, Michael Hayes got his ponytail cut. So Michael wakes up, and we're going through customs in Hartford for some reason. I think because we're flying private. We weren't going in New York, going through Hartford. And so Michael comes into his baggage claim, and he wants to fight any and everybody. because he's got his ponytail cut. He's cut the promo of a lifetime, and he wants to fight. Well, Jared Briscoe had been gimmicked by somebody and was just kind of coming to, and he's got his bags down like that, and he looks up and he goes, "You want to fight, Michael?" And he throws his bags over his heads and he goes after Michael. So now Briscoe's going after Michael Hayes. It's 4:00 in the morning. I'm sitting there watching the whole thing covered in blood. Taker's one that separates him and gets Michael out the door and kind of calms it down.
And it was wild. Nobody goes to jail.
No.
Wow.
Dutch, I've been on worse. I mean, not to justify it or anything else, and again, I don't know any of the allegations of, some of the worst stuff. I was not in that part of the plane, have no firsthand knowledge of any of that.
I see nothing. I see nothing.
I see nothing. Me. I know nothing. Yeah. Like Davey Boy. I wasn't even there. It was Owen. Davey used to register under a fake name because he was scared of Owen.
Really?
So he would put his name under a fake name in the hotel because he didn't want Owen to find him because Owen tortured him.